Guys, what is up? Dog, thank you for hanging out today, man. All right, so we're gonna take a look at a whole bunch of different stuff today before we get started with the pre-sequel. So we're gonna look at the gameplay trailer. Yo, Rogue, good to see you, man. Gagne, always a pleasure, my dude. You were tricked? Oh, with the level up? Yeah. That happens though, man. That happens. Did you just start the stream? Yeah, about like maybe 5-6 minutes ago, give or take. But we're gonna look at some Borderlands 3 footage today. This is all IGN. I'm not gonna take personal stuff. Like, there's a lot of other content creators out there that had the opportunity to go out to LA yesterday and today, do a capture event yesterday, and then see the game with the developers today. So they're in the process of uploading things, and I'm not gonna use any of their footage. This is all IGN stuff. We'll discuss some articles, do that for maybe about a half hour to an hour, depending on how the conversation goes. And then we'll jump into the pre-sequel, because I'm really excited to, do this playthrough. You know, we did Borderlands Game of the Year Remastered. We started, Borderlands 2 not too long ago. And then we'll get back to that, but we want to do everything in order. So then we're going to do, we'll do pre-sequel. We'll do Borderlands 2, and then we'll do Tales from the Borderland. So guys, welcome. For those of you guys new here, my name is Lupo, Mixer partner. Super hyped for Borderlands 3. Mostly we play loot games here. Warframe, Destiny, Anthem, a little bit of Division here and there. Dog, I agree, man. I'm super pumped as well, dude. I'm gonna put this thing up on the screen here in a sec, because I really wanna watch this again, because I only watched it once. So we'll have it up with and we'll just talk live commentary the entire time. So I want everybody's thoughts, man. I want to see what you guys are thinking about what happened with some of these things, because I think it looks really incredible. I think from what we had with 1 and 2, you see like the obvious progression of the game, and then when you see 3, you're like, wow, this is a huge step in like the next evolution of Borderlands. And I think they really knocked, just from what we're seeing here, really knocked it out of the park. I mean, they've been working on this for what is it now, like 7 years, 6-7 years, you know, so completely understandable that they're really getting a quality product here. The sliding aspect is going to come in handy, giving you more agility in the battle. I really like that they added that. I was going to bring that up, man. So sliding and mantling, and we'll look at that in a sec, because we'll show the full gameplay. So we're going to start with the gameplay trailer that they showed off first here. This is a little quick, but super important, I feel. Just let me know if the sound balance is fine, because I don't want to talk over anything, but I don't want to like have you guys not hear things. And it's not every day that like I use YouTube videos for doing this. I don't know if you saw like the cool effect of like the EQ on the shield. I thought that was really cool. Oh yeah, here we'll bump up the sound. I can barely hear it. I think all the different biomes in the game are actually extremely unique. So you have like space areas, which you're gonna have like ship customizations, which is super cool. You have like this church area, different like forests and swamps and everything like that. There's one, like, look at this. That looks like something out of Destiny, and we'll talk about that in a second before we get to the next video. This is super cool. Like, check out that ability, man. That was really sick. And then like using the other gun to cool off your gun because it's too hot. It's crazy. Tons of loot. Let me show you, I got some like super high quality. Yeah, 1080p. I don't like it's just so vastly different from the previous iterations of Borderlands. Like, you'll see, we're gonna play pre-sequel in a little bit, in about an hour. As long as like the quality maintains the way it is right now, we'll look at like the better stuff and like how much it is improved, because I think just like the overall visual fidelity is like the best part about what we've seen so far. I was looking at the thing today, and I was like, I'm either gonna be Flack or Zane, man. Bro, thank you for the sparks, man. Like that's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. So, you know what? So many things I'm happy about the balancing of power when you're with friends. The fact that whatever loot you lose is going to be in the box of Sanctuary on a spaceship. Yeah, we'll take a look at that too, because I didn't look at everything. So a lot of this is initial reaction for me, man. And I think that's sometimes the best way to do it. So I watched 15 minutes of gameplay and I watched this trailer, and that was it. I want to be just as surprised as some other people, and we're gonna talk about a lot of these different things. So I'm going to get dumped on for saying this too, but you could see a very clear other looter shooter influence in this particular trailer here. Scarecrow, thank you again for the sparks, dude. And we'll look at the what's it called here. We'll look at the board every time we're just kind of just chatting, talking about what we're going to get into next. Like, this was very, very Destiny inspired. Like, I don't want to say that because Destiny is like my favorite game right now, but Borderlands was the loot game forever. Borderlands and Diablo were like the king of loot games. And then, Destiny came along and did very, very well for a long time, man. And you could see where they took influence from here. And I'm not saying like I don't think any game wants to be in competition with each other. Thank you, Crow. I don't think any game wants to be in competition with each other, but they're looking at each other and saying like, hey, we can learn something. But as out of a point of respect, because if you guys didn't notice, they announced it today that Borderlands 3, Gearbox will be bringing Borderlands 3 to Guardian Con in July. So I will be at Guardian Con in July, and I'll be playing Borderlands 3 3 months before you guys, or 2 months before you guys, whichever, however many days it is. And I'm super pumped about it. I really couldn't be any more excited, and I'm really ecstatic now that I made the decision to go and just get the tickets and just do it. Because now there's going to be new Warframe, new Destiny, and new Borderlands at Guardian Con. That's crazy. That's crazy, guys. That in and of itself is worth the price of admission. So if you have the ability to get out to Guardian Con, I think there's some tickets left over. I did get the premium, so I can get the VIP seating there. And I'll be there for at least a day and a half. I didn't watch this one yet. This one that they're showcasing there. We're gonna close that out. This is a commercial. Gameplay details revealed. Let's look at this. Yes, commercial. All right, we'll go full screen with this guy.
Gearbox Software just showed off a lot of Borderlands 3 gameplay for the first time.
So much.
In a live stream that highlighted a number of new features being introduced in its upcoming loot shooter.
The biggest reveal was definitely the player's spaceship named Sanctuary 3, a hub will be used while exploring the galaxy. This hulking ship is from the numerous returning characters such as Mad Moxie and contains an infirmary.
I'm trying to find out where that sound's coming from.
Individual quarters conforming characters that can be
Oh, see, that's cool. So like there are people at the event from Mixer. So like here, I'll pause this real quick, and that's where the sound's coming from. So I'm watching Channel 1 Plus right now as well.
Guys,
I always have the things in the background, and Brenna's there right now in LA, checking out Borderlands 3 for the first time. So if you guys want to like experience real Borderlands 3, go check out Brenna Dactyl. She's on there on Channel 1 Plus right now. I'll be here for the rest of the night to talk about Borderlands 3, and we'll be getting into Borderlands the pre-sequel in a little bit. But that's what I can let you know for now.
Here that players will be able to manually pilot Sanctuary 3, but you can jump to hyperspace and orbit each of the planets in the game.
Very cool. And then when you're on the planets, player movement appears to be much more fluid than in previous games. Borderlands 3 adds the ability.
Yeah, so this is the coolest thing. Like, so you have mantling and you have sliding. I probably should look this after the whole
leaked in April were
thing.
confirmed to be true. Weapons are indeed allotted an overall score, making it easier to discern at a glance if they're better or worse than what you currently have.
There we
that
go.
should be a
This
big time
chat.
saver, especially when you're playing with others and you don't want to hold up the group. Certain weapons will also feature an alternate fire mode. An example shown was an assault rifle.
Oh boy, guys, well, I just want to touch on this really quick because I don't know if you saw this, Gagne. alternate fire. And dog, you brought this up in Discord the other day. Pistols have fucking rockets. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's not too bad. Ammunition vending machines now also feature a single button press instant refill option, so you're not forced to stop and scroll through all of the items.
That'll be so nice.
And players can now heal and be healed by NPCs such as Claptrap.
Oh, yeah. So this is basically recapping the entire video that I watched today. So like if your NPCs go down, you can revive them, and if you need healing or need to be revived, they can do that to you, which is super cool.
In regards to levels and loot, and that's good to hear because I think level scaling is bullshit.
Language. Ooh, you kiss your mother with that mouth?
Today's demo culminated with the reveal of a new planet, Promethea, which is a futuristic metropolis far removed from the familiar wastelands of Pandora.
This I didn't see.
So much.
But spaceships, man. I'm all about spaceships, you know that.
Including hands-on impressions and much more. Our next good look at the game will be E3 early next month. Until then, stay tuned, IGN.
All right, so E3 we're gonna get more stuff. So that's this video here. They kind of just quick recap. Do you think they took that from Warframe? It looks very much like yeah. Here it is. It looks very Warframe. This is only a minute long. Let's take a look at this one then. That's fine. I'm cool with that. Let's rewind it. Jump to full screen.
What's up, killer? All right. Let's get to it.
We're in orbit around Pandora right now. We'll check it out briefly before we take off. You can see its distinctive iridian scar.
Yeah, that's really cool.
But with a spaceship like Sanctuary 3, we can visit other worlds. Now, this is early in the game, so we haven't unlocked a lot of the other places that you will get to explore. But
actually, hold up. This is identical, but stripped down to Mass Effect. It is identical to where you have like the planets on the right hand side. So like the whole like planet description on the right hand side. Like obviously like so Mass Effect, you have the giant thing, like you have the giant star map. This you just have like it's condensed. So that I understand. That's very Borderlands where they have everything condensed. But then you get that nice little thing there. But I think it's a really cool touch. Legionnaire, I'm sold too, man. Good to see you, dude. But I will say that at the end of 2, if you've never played 2 and you're only looking at Borderlands for the first time, at the end of 2, this is what it led to. And I said this 7 years ago, and I was like, look, like at the next Borderlands, whenever that is, we're leaving the planet because that's what the whole end of the game kind of leads up to. Oh, either way, this is super duper fucking cool, man. So, I know how people want to talk about no loading screens. That's your loading screen right there, guys.
We're going to go down to Promethea in a moment, check it out. We'll have to make our way to the docking bay in order to do that.
Interesting UI here, dog. You see this? Oh, never mind. That's the other character. I thought it kind of looked like Lilith for a second, but this is this game's Siren, Amara. Interesting stuff, guys. Interesting stuff. Yeah. We're kind of like gonna go through that and look at everything, you know. All right, 7 minutes of Sanctuary customization. So while we're on the topic of conversation with Sanctuary, we're gonna look at the customization of this, which this has got to be fucking cool, man. I have
Sanctuary 3. We don't talk about Sanctuary 2. Since Sanctuary 3 is our home base, it's a great stopping point.
Wait, all right. So I don't know if you caught that. So obviously Sanctuary was the city in Borderlands 2. And then he said, we don't talk about Sanctuary 2. You know, like, it's not like Sanctuary was in 1 and then it was in 2. No. We don't talk about Sanctuary 2.
Missions. On Sanctuary 3, we can meet our friends, trade our loot, and prepare ourselves for what comes next. You'll notice here there's a quick.
That was cool too. Did you notice that? Let's just run that back a little bit. Like, it's little things of detail that I really like and want to point out too.
ourselves for what comes next.
A third person,
You'll notice here there's a quick
initial
save
drop
station
in,
where
so
we
you
can
can kind of
modify
see
our
your character
appearance.
because you never
There's a
do in the
vending
game,
machine
right?
here on the right.
And then you're
This is
in,
sort
then you
of
kind
a
of see it.
space lost and found. Have you guys ever lost loot in Borderlands, like a purple or a legendary lands in some place we can't reach?
You think it's gonna be character continuation for Borderlands 2 or new characters? Nothing, but pre-purchase stuff in starting gear. No, it's nothing. You're starting from zero with 4 brand new characters, Legionnaire. You're starting at the bottom with absolutely nothing. Because there's a lot of stuff in between. So, obviously you didn't carry over from Borderlands 1 to Borderlands 2. You didn't carry over into the pre-sequel. And then, like, there's a huge gap from 2 to 3, which is all filled in. Well, not all, but largely filled in by the Tales from the Borderland.
All right, so let's talk about this. This is your player quarters. Now, because we're playing Amara right now, all of the decoration, everything is built around Amara, but you can see that you can place items that you find in the world like this gun. All right, we got a Torgue pistol here.
Pretty rad.
But again, you can modify your player quarters to how you want to play.
Warframe.
Since we picked up a pistol, we'll take it with us on a tour around Sanctuary. And why don't we stop first? Let's head over to Marcus. Just keep going. Ignore that golden chest.
So that's where the golden chest is.
Marcus's,
It's on
place is
Sanctuary.
right around the corner here.
It's a beautiful day, full of opportunity.
Now, in Borderlands 3, Marcus will be our vendor for upgrades to our storage deck unit, right? So we can get more storage to carry more loot and more ammunition.
You'll notice that it costs cash to upgrade your storage deck.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Like, there's no
shooting range back there, so if you
iridium
wanna get your
needed to
skills
get
up,
the
practice
storage deck
with any
upgrades.
Interesting new guns you found, you can do that. We're just gonna take a look around this place. Isn't
It's
that
actually
cool?
really interesting.
This
Like,
map has changed more hands than any other content in Borderlands 3. We've had so many of our talented world builders want to get their hands on this and make it great. It's not a hub until you have a Moxie's bar, right?
it reminds me a lot of like if you've ever seen like Dead Space. Like the ship kind of looks like Dead Space a little bit. We have like different areas of the ship.
Here, let's try it.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh.
Bad luck.
Well, thanks.
I
for
think a lot of like
encouraging
the visual effects are really great too. Like I like the shields breaking and then
Let's keep going
the
on the
recharge.
tour. I love Sanctuary. I mean,
Should have showed the gun machine, or is that later?
beautiful.
I don't think they're gonna show like every little thing. Like
help guide some of
I don't
it.
know. I haven't
Good
watched everything at
art for
Legionnaire.
this, just, it's absolutely stunning.
Heatant,
These are the
coolant.
jokes.
You're up late.
Just this in and of itself makes it more sci-fi, and it makes me want to play it more.
Knock, knock. Anyone home? Just a moment. Almost
What in the
there.
fuck? Is that Tannis coming out?
Surprisingly comfortable, you know? Like a fleshy sleeping bag.
No.
Although I do feel a bit viscous.
So Tannis is back.
Viscous? Just a little gross.
Let's go head up to the bridge.
All right.
Hey, Paul.
Yes, Randy.
What can we do on the bridge?
So for the first time ever, we can leave the Pandoran system.
You can see Pandora in there in the distance.
This is why this game took so long to make, though.
All right, let's get to it.
We're in orbit around Pandora right now. We'll check it out briefly before we take off. You can see its distinctive Iridian scar.
I don't know, man.
But
It's
with a
looking really
spaceship
great
like
so far. Let me see if I
Sanctuary
can clean
3,
up
we
this.
can visit other worlds.
Yeah, let's fix this. Sorry, guys. I'm just gonna.
Now this is
There we
early
go.
in the game.
We
so
want to see this in
haven't
1080.
unlocked a lot of the other places that you will get to explore. But for now, we're going to do interstellar fast travel to Promethea.
Dude, this is really getting me jazzed right now. Dog, thank you for the sparks, man.
We're gonna go down to Promethea in a moment and check it out. We'll have to make our way to the docking bay in order to do that.
Soon enough,
In
man. Like
Borderlands,
before
you'll
you
be
know
able
it,
to
it'll
go
be
back and
here. It's only
forth
only
between
like
Promethea,
it's less than 6
Pandora,
months away, man. That's
all
why you gotta
the
look at
other
it.
worlds that you discover
It's
throughout the
4
game.
months away.
Might even find a few
4 months away,
familiar faces
dude.
here.
Like I remember, I was talking about Anthem a year in advance. Like think about that. Like we're much closer than that now.
I love Maya's look. She's fully Jedi'd out. We'll take a couple other stops on the way down to the hangar before we head to Promethea.
I want to see the gunfire. Like
Tour of Sanctuary 3.
I want to know what it sounds like. It looks really cool.
Oh yeah, let's go to Hammerlocks.
Now here in Hammerlock's, one of the cool
What'd you
things
do?
is Hammerlock asks you to kill different creatures, and this is a trophy room for killing those creatures.
Oh, because of that thing?
Apologies, it's dark.
Well, I mean,
Never actually cleaned this monocle.
You can see right now.
I can give you a
all
business
the,
card.
The trophy mounts on the wall are empty, which
maybe
means
that'll
that we've got work
help.
to do, right?
A lot of work to do.
I'm doing whatever I can to do that. So I hear you, man.
Now here in the ship, you can see we have shortcuts built in.
The more time you spend on Promethea, the more familiar you'll get with it. We've kind of engineered
Hi.
some shortcuts and other ways to get around, so you can find what you need pretty quickly.
How's your day going?
I want it to be crossplay though. If this game's got to be fucking
Ellie's
crossplay.
sort of our ship mechanic, and she.
Now you're gonna be hot
runs
pressed
the
to play it
cargo
on
bay.
PC, right?
Down here, we can check out vehicles we've collected. We can also get access to the.
Are you
planets
setting
when we're in
everything up
orbit.
right now, or are you just
We've also
kind
got
of?
some stowaways we can meet.
What you want? Come back, never.
I think his vending machine there said veteran on it.
Wait for me to get the green light. Ah. Wait. Oh yeah. Weren't you doing the Patreon cast today?
I don't. And he locked us out.
I think he's building a girlfriend.
I can't believe that Claptrap's lonely. It's just hard to believe.
All right. That is looked at. All right. So this is the trailer. We already looked at that. Full gameplay demo. Sticking to its guns. This looks like. Oh, where's the Zane one? I want to look. Yeah, here we'll look at the Zane one. Oh, in like 10 minutes, I gotcha. Okay. All right, we'll look at this one real quick. This might just be like.
With a vertical slice demo of Borderlands 3, I butchered hordes of not so innocent psychos, all for the noble cause of restoring.
Yeah, I get it. Like I saw what was going on. So.
Chopped off a man's arm who needed a little bit of blood taken for a sample. Easy now. Yep. Okay, that'll do. And found a gun that shot corrosive, explosive cheeseburgers with flavor text that references a certain viral video involving a man, a cheeseburger, and the word damn. Needless to say, Borderlands 3
were you watching Bro Man before? Where he's like, I had one of those guns where you throw it and it turns into something else. It turns into a walking brain turret.
has not lost its unique sense of style or humor over the last
I
5
want it.
years since the pre-sequel. The landscape of the looter shooter has changed substantially in those last 5 years, but rather than chase after games like Destiny and The Division, Borderlands 3 seems pretty content to stick to its guns, all billions of them, refining its particular brand of cooperative-focused, gear-driven, first-person shooting. And as a first impression, Gearbox is certainly on the right track. Borderlands 3 feels like a much tighter, better put-together version of Borderlands 2. Navigating around the environment feels smoother.
Oh, look at that! Oh my god, dude!
Over objects, but
The slide, the reload with the turret,
how good the guns
and to continue to fire.
Borderlands has always been really good at providing a huge variety of guns with interesting mechanics, but it was a very rare occasion that you'd pick up a weapon in any of the Borderlands games.
Oh man, this has to be crossplay. Like watching this in 60 frames right now is killing
Every
me.
weapon that I spent time with felt fantastic. From the Wild West style rapid firings of a Jacobs revolver to the punchy power of a Dahl rifle, and especially to the sheer explosive power of a Torg weapon. Gearbox has done a great job of identifying and correcting the flaws in the handlings of
Yo, Hippie, what's up, man?
Hyperion guns no longer have that annoying mechanic of being wildly inaccurate until you hold down the trigger for about 2 to 3 seconds. Torg guns are less about
No, Jonathan, we're not playing today. We're looking at some of the gameplay. Like I wasn't you know, blessed by by 2K with a nice trip out there. Is it the 13th yet? I mean, it's almost the 13th of May, but it's not the 13th of September. But Jonathan, how are you, man? Good to see you. Glad to have you in here, man. Yeah, we're just kind of you know, going over what we looked at today. Cheeseburger definitely got early access, lucky guy. Who the hell is Cheeseburger?
Have equipped. You can now instantly refill your ammo at any vending machine with just a simple press of a button, and just overall the UI feels especially
Yeah, Zane looks pretty good, dog. I'm not gonna lie.
Zane were available in the vertical slice demo that I played, and while I wasn't able to really dive into the deep intricacies of each character's skill trees, I was at least able to tailor both characters to my own personal playstyle of rushing in like a berserker. Amara seemed most built for that.
So is anyone playing it or no? So the only channel that I've seen on Mixer today that's playing it is Brenna Dactyl, and she was on Channel 1 Plus a little while ago, and she's at the event right now. If you guys stream this right now at the moment, looks good. Yeah, so we were just talking about it, Chosen, is that I didn't get access to go to LA to check it out, but there are a few people, and if you want to check that out, the only one that I know of personally that I saw a few minutes ago was Brenna Dactyl. So if you want to go to her channel and check it out, she's in LA right now. But we're just gonna go over some of the stuff, kind of talk about it, have a conversation about what we've seen over the last 24 hours in regards to the game.
Which encouraged me to play Borderlands 3 a little bit like how I would play Doom. Everything else in Borderlands 3 is exactly what you would expect.
Everything I've seen so far is looks really good, man. It's nice to see that there's multiple abilities now instead of just like you get your one ability and that's it.
Hey, Atlas boys! Rise and grind's back in business, and the coffee's on me.
Oh my God.
The 5 years of development definitely shows, and Borderlands 3 is looking like Gearbox's most promising title to date.
All right, so let's look at the overall gameplay here, guys. Where is that one? This is just the basic gameplay that kind of just went over some things. This looks like they play this on console. This is 30 frames. So like they showed some of this game in 60 frames and it looks really good.
Hey, you must be the new recruit. I am a CL4PTP.
We'll turn the volume up.
But you can just call me General Claptrap of the Crimson Raiders. What's your name?
Amara.
Thanks. I'll pre-order your tombstone.
So guys, from what you've seen so far, who would you pick as like your main character? I have two in mind, so I either want to be Flack or Zane. That's kind of my idea. And we're gonna jump over to the pre-sequel in maybe about like 40 minutes or so, and I'm gonna do the Doppelganger. I haven't finished the pre-sequel.
The Echo 3, slightly more powerful than the Echo 2, and twice as
they also said too is that like the in-game UI is actually gonna be customizable in the game, which I think is pretty cool because I like the updated look, but like if you want to have the opportunity to change everything, I think that's the best part about a game where you have locked classes and the character isn't customizable, is that everything else should be, you know? I always have, you know, and Hippie, like, you know, I wanted to point this out earlier, but, you know, it kind of didn't have the context to. But, like, look at the grass, dude. Like, you can't see me pointing to it. But, like, look at the grass. So you can see that there's things that they put into the game that don't look the same to make it stand out more, but give it that realistic look. Like, it maintains the art style, but looks more realistic now. So it's really crazy, like, how well that they put this game together. So like just watch as they walk. Let me see, make sure we're in 1080. I don't want to drop below 1080 here. It doesn't hurt my eyes. Yeah, like look at that. Look at the grass here. Like so you can see like the hard lines with like some of like the bigger objects, but the natural, more organic things are legit. You know. Yeah, like look at the ground, like the cracks in the dry bed there.
You'll need to register your Echo at this quick change.
It's like that good cross media, you know, like, and they just really put it together perfectly. And this, dude, this is awesome.
Now, as you can
This
see
whole
here,
change of
we're
like
playing as
the
Amara.
whatever
She's
the
a powerful cyber
the quick
warrior.
change.
And like Claptrap mentioned, we're in the quick change where it's up to you how you want your character to look.
I
You
think
can
this is
change
great. I think this is really
Amara and
fantastic.
change her emotes,
Multiple
obviously.
emotes. See, but you can change like your echo
All
theme.
right, let's keep playing for now, guys.
And they don't go over it though. They like gunplay looks fun. Yes. And then I don't know, like the sliding and mantling is one of the biggest improvements to the game. And we've been talking about it for weeks. Between games like, you know, Destiny, playing Apex and stuff like that, you say, hey, like Borderlands is awesome and I think we're all gonna really enjoy it, but they gotta put in these major quality of life improvements like sliding and mantling, which they did. And I think you could actually hear it in the background here. Is that like you see he'll slide under this door, and the crowd goes a little wild because I think everyone wanted that same change in there as well.
That's an order from your superior officer.
So obviously, you're getting a glimpse here on how we use the beginning of the game to make sure.
No,
players are
Jonathan. Like I said, I am fully disclosing the
We can
fact that we're not
validate
playing.
the
You can
players,
see like
understand
my
how
hands
to
are up. We're not
navigate
playing
the
this game.
environment.
I didn't have access to the game. We've been playing Borderlands on stream at least once a week for the last few months. And it's something we're really excited for as a community. So I kind of want to just take a look at what we got to see today and discuss it as a community. You know, there are some people on Mixer that are playing today. They're at the event. And like I said, mixer.com/Brenadactyl. I saw her playing before. She's another partner here on Mixer. I know Jared is there, but I don't think he captured. And Lena Axios was there, but didn't capture.
So as
But
with
we're
most
gonna
games,
take a
we'll
look
be
at
using the beginning to
Borderlands 3
make sure that
footage
we
from
teach the
IGN.
fundamentals. We're also setting the tone of the game.
No, I mean,
Just
like I said,
playing
it's
guard style, we
it's
want
it's a
people to
perfectly
feel right
honest question
away
to ask,
what
and I'm
we
going to
believe
answer it
helps
honestly
make
as well. Like I
Borderlands
said, we are not
special.
playing the game
Style
today.
of writing that's both irreverent and
I would love to be playing the game, but if you guys are going to GuardianCon in July, you can check it out there as well, because Gearbox is bringing Borderlands 3 to GuardianCon in July. So that's going to be the first time I play the game. Multiple planets. Yeah, we were just looking at it before, Hippie. Yeah, yes. Someone, TIE Fighter, was saying that this reminds you of like Kronk from Emperor's New Groove. I don't know if you ever seen Emperor's New Groove, the Disney movie. But the guy Kronk, he like tries to like. It's.
So we're throwing stealth out the window?
But this is where they show you like you have team revives and NPC revives, which is gonna be super cool. And select fire, or select mode fire.
Like myself, aren't beholden to their primary function. I can dance and sing, and some guns now.
Which this is like a huge welcome change. Is that so? Almost every gun's gonna have 2 fire modes, so where you can have up to 8 different firing modes
just mentioned,
over the 4 guns that you can have in your inventory at any given time.
Have added alternate firing modes. And if we look here, we can see that we have a
You get a pistol at the start,
and if we
rockets almost
just fire
you.
regularly,
It's
we
gonna be
just
awesome.
fire
Yeah,
bullets.
exactly. If this is the first thing they show you, like a
But if
pistol
we
with
switch our alternate
homing
firing
missiles.
modes, we fire off micro missiles.
Yes, we're already in for a treat here, guys.
Now later in the game, you'll find guns that can switch between ice bullets and fire bullets.
Oh,
that
I
have a
just saw
chain
that.
on top,
I
but when you switch
just
firing modes,
saw
it'll shoot
that.
out.
Hold on. Look at the reload on the rockets, though. You see the little piston there, the little cam like coming out the side of the pistol. Look how long it takes to reload, though. So there is a caveat here, guys.
Now later in the game, you'll find guns that can switch between ice bullets and fire bullets.
That's a
or you might
solid
find
5
guns that
second
have a chain
reload.
gun on top, but when you switch firing modes, it'll shoot out grenades. It gets pretty crazy. And then players who maximize alt firing modes will have like twice the guns available than they had to start with.
Wait here. I'll talk my way in, become their king, and then you'll surprise slaughter them in cold blood. Watch and learn, recruit. Hello?
I think it's really good that they even like broke down the whole thing as if you've never played Borderlands before. They kind of just went through the whole thing and said, "Hey, look, like You're gonna see the Borderlands, you know, the mini boss and stuff like that. All I hear is grind, grind, grind. I love it. Yeah. It's a blessing and a curse, man. I'm a glutton for punishment.
Open the gates now, and perhaps I will be merciful.
Puppy power.
They might call themselves children of the vault, but they're still bandits, and bandits are incredibly stupid.
Hey, Jonathan Rainey, thank you so much for the follow, man. Welcome.
That's what I thought. Open the doors immediately for your new king. We did it.
Yeah, man, it looks so good. I can't wait to like get my hands on it soon.
Hey, I feel funny.
Hippie, you're from Florida, right? You going to Guardian Con? Ever 440, thank you for the follow, man. Welcome. So the first 5 minutes of the game, actually 15 minutes away from the convention, are you going or no? Because they're gonna, Borderlands is gonna be there. Borderlands 3 is gonna be there.
Oh. Borderlands 3 is rated M for mature, right?
Yeah, blowing off kneecaps and stuff. But meanwhile, they're streaming on Teen all day. Yes, thank you. It was super weird to see Lilith and not Angel.
Still one of us. You're gonna have to save him. I'll be there soon.
So let's see if we can find some loot. I saw over near that door. I saw a red chest. It looks like a trunk of a car. What do we got here? What else is there? Oh, that's interesting.
And I think,
all right,
you know, Hippie, we were talking about it before.
Has high accuracy, higher handling.
Oh, Rubik, what's up, man? How are you? So I don't know if you noticed this before, Hippie, is that like they've taken a huge page out of the Destiny playbook with like the guns and stuff. So I think this is a huge welcome change that like you can see the differences much better. And there's a lot more visible hidden stats than there were in Destiny in Borderlands 1 and 2.
All right, and this.
How did you get that? Get what? How did I get what?
A higher reload time. So it's either finesse or brute force in this case.
So what do you guys think? Should we shoot from the hip or should we go with that badass scope? I think you guys said scope, but I heard you know what? Take both of them. We'll try the scope and then we'll switch.
Oh my god, this frickin' thing. That's the downside to watching things on YouTube, right? If you watch a YouTube video nowadays, you're gonna get at least like 20 ads. It's unbelievable.
These are like level 1 guns too.
Oh, dog, you gotta like, hold on. Let me make sure we got this in full HD. You see that? Where you can melee the barrels and push it into the people. That's awesome.
Oh.
Like huge changes. Yo, Rayman, thank you so much for dropping 1 million sparks, my dude. Appreciate it, man. And the status effects, yes. This, bro, look at that. Look at that. Oil is flammable. It lit it on fire. And destructible spaces. Like, dude, they're doing everything right. They're doing everything right with this game. Jonathan Rainey, thank you so much for the host, brother.
Okay, we need a shield. This is an area mission, so if we look around, we should be able to find some somewhere.
Now it's time to get more. Thank you so much, Rayman. We're well on our way to the 5 million milestone this week.
Not in the skag pile.
Daquan, you on this?
Mantling.
Right.
Mantling. No more like jumping and trying to get up and stuff. No, you just mantle and just grab it and get up there.
Oh, there we go. 77. 105. That's better. Take that one.
He's micromanaging the looting because the guy's taking too long to loot. Shiv. Literally, this is the first. This is the first 10 minutes of the game, and
this is our first mini.
You get a boss fight.
Daquan, you ready? We're flying without a net here, no God mode, so let's do it.
Like, look at how much better the character models are now compared to what they were in Borderlands 2. Like, this is nuts. How good this looks comparatively to Borderlands 2. Bro, what was that?
Nice.
What was that? That was awesome.
Oh God.
It's there would be a ton of boss fights. Yeah, I hope so. Bro, like, how awesome was that?
Oh my God.
Like, dude, even Randy Pitcher was like busting the nut over that because he hadn't seen that. He's like, all the encounters are different.
This game's dynamic, so it's like different every time they play it. That was like the best kill ever. I'm glad you guys got to see that. Oh, look at that.
Like, if the boss reacts like that, you know, like, you're in for good stuff. And he's like, wow, this is going better than it really could have ever possibly imagined.
Now you'll notice that Daquan picked up the shotgun that Shiv dropped. We think it's really important that your moment of victory should have a subsequent reward to it right at that moment. So of course.
So that's what they're saying. Like, everything is going to drop right away. And for everybody. So you're going to get something right away. And you can steal boss guns. I love it. Yeah.
Dude. Daquan has the same affliction I have where you have to open every single freaking chest. This is a demo. We can just, yeah, all right. It's so tempting, those green lights.
I do the same thing, though.
Claptrap's nagging at us already. So
every single locker, like, I gotta hit.
Game, of course, unless Claptrap jumps between being needy and bossy and just pathetic. I don't know how you guys feel about him, but I still kind of love Claptrap, so let's help him out.
Oh.
In Borderlands 3, you can revive NPCs, and NPCs can revive you.
Clutch.
Let's help out Claptrap.
Focus.
Wow! I did it! I single-handedly took on the COV and sent them packing. Now all that's left is to signal Lilith that the mission is complete.
This is super cool. Sup? I have to make every spot on the map blue as well. Yeah, I'm gonna get to that point too, Legionnaire. Did it say how many per group will be? 5, 2, 3, 4. It's 4. I'm 99% sure it's 4 because Borderlands 1 was 2. Borderlands 2 was 4. When they remade Borderlands 1, they made it 4. And it really fucked with the game. Because I think the four player squads in the remaster really messed up the dynamic scaling.
Not the weirdest thing you're gonna see on Pandora.
But yeah, 4. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be 4. So you have a full squad of like all of the characters.
With a badass like you, we've got a fighting chance. Welcome to the Crimson Raiders.
Bam.
Do you hear bloodthirsty screaming?
More COV. Let's see what you got, recruit.
Yeah, I think 4 is really like the way you want to play a game like this. Yeah, I agree, Johnny. Bam, bam. The audio desync is kind of throwing me off, but I'm sure that's just something with like the video quality. But that's the whole first mission, guys. Like I thought that was pretty good. I think it's really encouraging to see like all of that stuff. Do we want to see?
So, we're gonna skip ahead for a minute, but I want you to consider what we've learned so far. You're a new Vault Hunter. And
okay, here we go. This is actually the next thing because I was like, we're gonna skip ahead. So this is Zane. He's the operative. But it seems like Zane's like a mix of multiple characters because he's got like a summoning thing. He's got the doppelganger, the digiclones, like Handsome Jack has in the pre-sequel.
To the Holy Broadcast Center, where
I haven't watched this yet. I was just looking at different
broadcasts propaganda to the children of the Vault all over Pandora.
I was reading some different articles about it.
The Holy Recruitment Center, face mouthpiece, and liberate the key to the vaults.
Okay, so like Randy just mentioned, we've skipped ahead in this story, but if you'll notice, we've also skipped ahead in levels. So I want to take the time to show you the skill trees.
It looks like it, man. So this is Amara. They said they were going to show Zane.
All right. So when you first get your skills in Borderlands 3, you don't just have one action skill available to you. You have all 3 action skills available to you at the moment you open it up. So then what you do is you equip one of your action skills. Do we want to take a look at the action skills? So this first one is Phase Grasp. Now, Phase Grasp will be reminiscent of Maya in that she'll be able to control the battlefield by lifting enemies up into the air. The next one here is Phase Cast. With Phase Cast, she'll shoot out a spectral form of herself to kill enemies on the battlefield.
That's pretty cool.
And finally, we have Phase Slam. Now, Phase Slam is an area of effect that comes out around Amara and destroys enemies and knocks them back. So now as you progress, once you've picked your action skill and equipped it, you'll also open up augmentations that allow you to further customize that action skill. So there's a way to maximize the build of your character.
We've worked hard to make sure that each of our 4 characters is completely unique. But even within each character, there are hundreds of meaningful options. If 2 people want to team up and play the same character, they will very likely have completely different capabilities.
That's pretty cool.
You ready to go?
Let's do it.
Potato. Like, that's super fucking cool, man. I like the fact how like they didn't. I dig it. I like how they literally didn't like reinvent the wheel. Looks like levels like the enemies are level 7, so usually Borderlands is pretty close to what they are. Oh, never mind. It was 4, now 5.
Now, one thing to look out for is to look at the damage numbers that come up off the enemies here. So we'll use some of that information later, but just for now, like, look at some of these numbers like 56, 26.
26 is there. Ooh.
Oh.
The music sounds better too. Like that's one thing that was like certainly not very memorable about Borderlands was the music. Completely was fun. That's why I kept going back to Destiny. It just feels good. Yeah, that's the key, man. Especially the first person shooter is so reliant on how well the guns play. Dude, that is so fucking awesome, man. Like, seeing how good every kit is set up makes you say, like, I want to just use them all.
It's a new elemental type, radiation.
Oh, radiation.
If a radiated enemy dies, he'll explode and radiate the enemies around him.
That's cool. Did you hear that? Radiation. Enemies that take radiation damage, if they die, they explode and give more radiation damage to other people. That's awesome.
Okay.
Bam. The guns sound better too. Like so that this shotgun just sounds so much better than any gun in Borderlands as a whole.
It's an outhouse, but it's got a green light.
Oh.
Some good stuff. Okay, let's see here. So Amara's level 5. These weapons are level 5. I want you to notice that, by the way. Notice the two here. We've got a rare and an epic, both level 5. And the reason why I want you to remember that is because that was kind of a challenging fight. We're going to need some help for the next section, so we're going to bring in a co-op buddy. Borderlands 3, of course, is fully co-op playable, split screen, networked, however you like to play. Amara just picked
So for
up
cross-playing game on PC, I want to play with PS4, but yeah, dude, same. I haven't pre-ordered yet. Because I want to play. I want to play on PC, and my friends mostly play on Xbox.
This is Zane's view. I want you to notice something here. Zane is level 25. So obviously Zane's been playing longer than Amara, who is level 5. And
oh, look at that.
Loot,
Instance loot.
He's got his own instance of loot. What's going on here? This is called loot instancing. It's a new optional feature in Borderlands 3, and it allows each cooperative player to have their own instance of loot.
Optional
loot is
feature
helpful for players that want to play cooperatively but don't want to compete for the loot that drops. There's nothing.
Is he on his way to the vault? No, I have no idea, man. Like this is we're literally watching gameplay for the first time. I don't think they're going anywhere specific. It says get the vault map. So they're going to, I think they're going to the Children of the Vault base.
But it's actually balanced for his level. That means the loot, the enemies, everything automatically balances to the level of the player so that everyone has a good time. In my co-op group, some of us would get ahead of the others, right? And then when we come back together, we'd be out of whack. Well, with instantless loot and this mode of gameplay, everything balances out.
Now, that's okay. You can clap if you'd like.
Yeah, as long as it works well. Because I've had it not work well.
Some of us who actually like competing for loot are bringing in overpowered characters to help, level up those lower level characters. And for those of you who are like that, we can assure you that there is still a mode for you in Borderlands 3. It's called Classic Mode.
That's right.
So you can play either way you want. I'm playing instance loot. I'm not fucking fighting for my loot.
Let's have a look at what he can do. Since Zane is level 25, we've already equipped a lot of action skills and our skill points here. You want to walk us through this, Paul?
Yeah, let's do this. All right, so the first skill we have is Digiclone. Now, Digiclone is really cool because it not only acts as a decoy, it will actually shoot guns as well. But probably my favorite feature is the fact that you can teleport to your Digiclone at any time and swap places.
So it is two abilities now, though, right? Is that I'm reading that correctly? That they got two abilities and two active action skills?
Or even use your grenades.
Oh yeah. Choose your equipped action skill. Two different action skills can be slotted at any time. That's awesome.
Have the barrier skill. Now Zane will throw out a barrier in front of it, and it'll block incoming bullets and things like that.
I mean, if you're watching on the stream right now, Jonathan, you're watching with us right now. You know what I'm saying?
Around this barrier, sometimes it'll confer benefits like healing, or even if you fire through it, it'll add elemental types to that. Now, probably my favorite feature of Zane is the fact that Zane can use two action skills at one time.
Oh.
That's right. And if you think about it, about Zane, right, like he's got his barrier, which is kind of like the soldier class's capability with that turret. He's got the sentinel.
So it's not just a sweeping thing. It's a character thing.
He's got the Digiclone, which is kind of like our assassin skill from Borderlands 2. He's kind of like a soldier, a hunter, and an assassin all wrapped up.
Right? Yeah. Now I'm like, oh shit.
All right. We've got Amara. We've got Zane. We know what they can do. Let's get into the Holy Broadcast Center and see if we can find Mouthpiece.
Oopsie, looks like we've got a technical issue, but don't worry. We'll post the welcome vid later along with some new Let's Plays. Signing off for now. Don't forget to like, follow, and obey.
Wow.
Perfect live stream from our infallible God Queen Tyreen. The Holy Broadcast Center opens once again.
Once the video is so dope, you know which one when you see it. I can't wait, man. My squad is already like fighting each other for different characters. Cause I said I wanted Flak first, but once I saw Zane, I was like, I don't know now.
Ouch.
Flak's like the necro, I guess like the necromancer or the mechromancer, you know, like the summoner, if you will.
Still got it. See Zane marking targets for the Sentinel. Also,
That's
check out his
cool.
damage numbers, right? His enemies are level 27, but his damage is balanced to Amara's game because he's in Amara's game right now. For Amara, those enemies are level 5.
How did they do that?
All right, we clean this area up. Let's see if we can find some loot.
Yes, find loot.
Okay, now, once again, being honest, you know, to show the breadth of guns that we have in the game, or just some of the breadth, we cheated a little bit and added some chests with some better weapons here.
That red chest isn't going to be in the game you play. We
Right.
just added it for this purpose because it's okay. There's plenty of red chests. You guys will be fine. We'll feed you baby birds. It's cool.
At least they were honest about it and didn't like
wanted to show
wait
you
for the
some,
backlash
some
later. They were like,
TDR
look, like
guns,
we're doing
right?
this just to
Because
show you
know
how
the
many
TDR,
guns are in the
they're
game.
disposable.
And
Instead of
the
reloading them, you throw them
diversity
away.
already
And when you
in the
throw away a
weapons is
TDR gun
crazy.
in Borderlands 3, some crazy shit can happen. We've got, you know, guns with legs.
But like, look at the
see
just look
some
at the
other
effects
options.
on the
What does
guns,
this
like
one
the
do?
the way the clips showing on the bottom there. That's super cool, man.
All right, we've just picked up a few TDR weapons. Let's take them into the next fight.
Go, just ignore that green on the ground there.
We're just not gonna learn, are we? We're just gonna keep eating those speakers.
Yes.
Go get him, guy.
How? Hold on. How are they expecting this game to be balanced? Like at all?
You can see that when Merv's rockets out.
Yeah, throw another one of those Merv guns out.
That's a Merv, dude. So when you throw the gun, it clusters into homing rockets. What in the fuck?
A little close to your ears.
Oh, good night.
All right, you guys ready?
Holy shit, dude. Like, I can't even believe this, like, what I'm seeing. That's really cool. Like, look at that.
Oh, you learned. We can dodge that.
This game has to be played on PC. I can't watch this gameplay and be like, I'm going to play this on console. It's going to be impossible.
That's wicked. I see some ammunition vending machines. Hey, walk up to that ammo vending
Because-
machine. I want to show you guys this.
You know, like,
Now, he's already full on ammo, but you just press
some
that
of
or
the
press
some of the
Y right
things
there,
show
you
in
can reload
60
all your
frames,
ammo.
and
You don't have
this
to go
looks
and buy
close, but
things.
this is like a replay of a replay, you know, so it doesn't
Of
look
course, you can buy individual pieces
genuine
if you
quality.
want.
But I mean,
now, I don't know about you
I mean,
guys,
look at
whenever you
the
play
turns
video
though.
games
The
and you
turns are
happen upon
clean,
a
like
room
so that's got to
where
be
there's
60 frames.
ammo
Usually that's the
and
first thing you see is that like you get that motion blur at 30
It'd
frames,
be
you know,
pretty
but
safe
they
bet
don't
that
see
you're
that
about
here.
to run into a boss fight. Not only is Borderlands 3 a much, much larger game than any Borderlands game before it, but we've added more boss fights than ever before because we think boss fights
There
are
you go,
exciting
hippie.
opportunities for players to have their skill tested, but also to be rewarded with kick-ass loot. So let's go ahead and see.
Is
if we
either
can
run
find
smooth during big
mouthpiece.
battles,
All right.
yes. Or no, but don't even think about big battles. But like, dude, look how smooth that was. The cutscene. This guy looks like a boss. I mean, not in both in the literal sense of being a boss, but you're gonna have to worry about drop frames when you start doing that. So if the guns do that, so if you're doing that and 3 other guys are doing that, that's a lot of frames. That's a lot of potential drop frames because you can see it
Zane used
in
his
Destiny just
clone
when particle
teleport
effects
to dodge
happen.
that area of effect
You
that
get tons and tons of
Mouthpiece
drop
just made.
frames.
Oh, shit.
Dude, I wonder what the minimum specs are. I can't even imagine what the minimum, because like just look at all the effects, man. Like look at all of those. Look at all of those. What's it called? Look at all the EQs. Like this is just crazy how much stuff is going on right now. Hold on. Did you just see all that loot that came out of the guy?
Loot, man.
You got some loot over there.
Let's get the loot.
Yeah.
Hey, did you guys see
What?
the gun
Oh, it's
that was shooting
all
at
right.
us?
All right. In
Like,
fairness,
kind
like
of
there,
sideways
it's
flying
mostly
out?
iridium bricks. Like that's okay. What the fuck is that?
One of the greatest feelings in Borderlands is when an enemy's using a gun against you, you kill that guy, and then you take that gun and use it against your next foes. I love that so much.
It's like Mega Man.
Well, let's do what we came here for, and let's get the vault map.
Amara, you gonna pick that up?
Did you come all this way for that busted-ass map, or are you just here to see me? Didn't know you were such a super fan. Well, you missed the show. Oh, right. Bet you're all like, what's up with those husks? Well, it's a thing I do. Check out the screens.
Was she like a fake siren? Or was she like a real siren?
So I offered the Sun Smashers a place in our family, but they just wanted guns and cash. They betrayed the family. Oh, then Troy said something great.
Gods don't negotiate.
Gods don't negotiate. I love it. Love it.
I didn't realize he had like a mech arm.
Super busted, so go ahead and take it. I'll swing by later and pick it up.
Bro, thank you for the spark, man. My man. Yeah, that's the Calypso twins.
So you've just met Troy and Tyrene Calypso, the Calypso twins. We learned earlier that on Pandora there's a
Holy fuck, dude, that was awesome. All right, last one. I don't think it's gonna have any commentary or anything like that. This is just a boss fight. In like 15 minutes. Well, I guess like 12 minutes. I'm gonna get my stuff fired up. I know Dog said he's gonna be a little bit behind, but that jerk. He's gonna go and steal my character too, apparently. I don't know if I want to be Zane or Flack. Actually, in all fairness, like the two characters we've seen a decent amount of, like, are both really good options. Wow. It just sounds so clean, like. Yeah, you're gonna be the Siren, man. The Siren, I think. Like right, if you had to go based off what we've seen, like the Siren looks like the most fun right now.
All bodies demolished. Lower that shield so we can loot some sweet weapons.
The force field's down? Brilliant! That weapons depot should be easy pickings now. Are those
Because she's got the phase lock like Maya had. And then other abilities as well. So I mean, if you want, you could tailor like your playstyle like multiple ways, and it's really cool. Zane's the only character you can use two action skills. I think Dog just called dibs on Zane. Wow. The slide though, man, that's what we've needed in Borderlands. So now that there's augments on your what's it called? on your action skills, are there class items anymore? I haven't seen them. I don't really know if we saw them or not. I'm late. Worked a little bit. No, it's all good, man. How are you doing today, Marcus? We're just catching up with some of this Borderlands 3 stuff today, man. It does. Like it's like it gives you that nostalgia feel of 1 and 2, but like just kicks everything else right in the teeth and like looks so much better. Like sound design, environments are much better. Like so, there's destructible environments and stuff, which is super cool. The guns are absolutely insane. Yeah, the gameplay is just drastically different now. Well, not obviously not drastically different. They're just a lot of quality of life upgrades, for sure. Is this 1080? Gotta always have it in 1080. Yeah. Good. Get your loot. Oh, see, like that's a shotgun now, and I think you can change it to like a different element. That's pretty cool, man. It's a pulse shotgun though. Those things never go over well. Bro. It's crazy when like a level 12 gives you this kind of trouble, you know? It's like welcome challenge though. Bam. You're a little too close for comfort, man.
Predictable outcome with our combined skills.
What are we looking for?
New Maliwan tech. My sword requires an upgrade. Search through this depot.
Look at it. Oh. So, Crow, I don't know if you looked at like the videos earlier today, but you can have a room like your operator room in Warframe now. It's pretty cool. And like put your favorite weapons in there. And yes. Oh, it's a sticky. It's like, wow, that's cool. Did they just give every gun a select fire now? Pick it up. Pick it up. I was trying not to get like super excited about this today, and I am super excited about this now.
That's the sword upgrade. I need it for our mission. I'll trade you for it.
Wow. Hopefully, give you something good for that.
Automolecular edge. Translation: cool sword.
Hey, it's Reese's best friend Zero stealing my tech. What's wrong? Apple's not cutting it anymore. My offer still stands. It's not too late to come work for Maliwan. And you must be.
I kind of dig this inventory system too. Everything looks super clean now.
Vault Hunter Tyreen warned me about. You know what? I don't even have time for you.
Katagawa. It looks a little bit like Handsome Jack.
That's Katagawa. Malawan mergers and acquisitions.
Oh, I get it now. I get it now. It seems like, all right. I think I kind of get what's going on here with some of like the story stuff. It seems like there's like a rebalance of power because you know, Jack isn't with Hyperion anymore, so like the other manufacturers have the ability to assert more power, and that's what it looks like to me.
Walls cannot hold us. Now to take down Gigamind. That is our mission.
Is this Gigamind something I could punch?
Malawan AI. All their secrets in one place. A juicy target.
So we break Gigamind into tiny bits and then sift through them for info?
Precisely the plan. Meet at House
Gigamind.
Spaceport. Now the hunt is on.
Apparently, there's gonna be a boss fight, and then we'll switch over. We're gonna play pre-sequel tonight because I haven't finished it.
For long. Atlas and Malawan, we're hashing things out the corporate way. Reese doesn't get it yet, but when this is over, we'll all be one Titanic happy family. Small stuff. Not worth my time.
This little wheel bike is kind of cool.
Keep playing under the feet of giants. You're gonna get stepped on.
No, we're just gonna play with our squad today, Jonathan. Yeah, there'll be a time and place for open sessions. Just right now, it's not it.
Gigamind is here. Expect intense resistance. This is the fun part.
And I think that's pretty cool that they do that as well. That they take the characters from the previous iteration and, you know, move them forward as like guidance characters, more or less. Like, so that's what you had with like Roland and Lilith, and just constantly it's like, you know, upping that experience and continuing to flesh out the story that way. Oh boy. It looks like something out of Futurama. And then it like points to it, like. The shock bullets are like bouncing right off the guy. He's trying to ADS a gun that's supposed to be hip fired. Like you can tell like the way it's firing that he should just be like fanning the hammer like whop 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 whop. Throwing up as many bullets as possible. I'd like to see that action skill like do more damage. Level up. Ding. That is a lot of loot. That is a lot of loot. Like this is a solo play and that is a lot of loot. Is that it? Or we're just kind of like looking at the loot here?
That
All right, guys. So we're actually gonna make a switch over here and get into playing some games today. But I'm gonna use a little boys' room real quick and get myself a drink and some snacks, and we'll come back in just a minute, and we're gonna play the pre-sequel because that was my game plan for today. But I just wanted to jump in here today and look at some of this footage and kind of just talk about it with the community and everything like that because we are a loot community here, you know.